Hello, my name is Robert Fromont. I'm from the New Zealand Institute of Language, Brain and Behaviour at the University of Canterbury. This video is part of a series of videos that show how to use our corpus annotation system called LaBB-CAT. In this video, I'll be showing you how to install the software and how to set up your empty database to have a bit more structure ready to upload some data into it. Now, you will have been given or you will have downloaded a file called install.labcat.jar. That's the installer for the software. It works on Macintosh systems and also on Windows systems. And what we need to do first is double click on that. Now on Macintosh systems you may see a warning like this. What we need to do is click OK on that. We're going to go up to the apple in the top left corner, click on System Preferences, and then Security and Privacy. And then you'll notice at the bottom there's a message that says install LaBB-CAT.jar was blocked from opening because it is not from an identified developer. What we're going to do is we're going to click the Open Anyway button and click Open. Now all of those steps you only have to do on a Macintosh system. On Windows systems, when you double click on the install LaBB-CAT.jar file, you'll immediately see a window that looks like this. This is the installer, so we just have to click Start, and that will copy some files onto your computer and do some more setup things. Now LaBB-CAT is a browser-based system. That means that everything that you do with it, you'll be using your web browser. And what it's actually installing now is a mini web server that does all the work. And that web server you need to start up each time you want to work with LaBB-CAT. Okay, that's all installed now. So we're going to click the Finished button. And that's it, LaBB-CAT is installed. On Windows systems, there will be a new LaBB-CAT icon in your Start menu. And on Macintoshes, there is a new LaBB-CAT icon in your Applications folder. And here it is here. And to start up LaBB-CAT, we just need to double click on that. And LaBB-CAT will start up. Now once the mini web server has started up, it will open up your web browser. And the very first time it runs, you'll see this license agreement. Once you click on Agree, then it opens the LaBB-CAT home page. Now from here, probably the best thing to do the very first time you open it is to click on this link here that says, Where do I start? That opens a page that just gives you a bit of information about how LaBB-CAT hangs together, ways of going about common tasks, and so forth. So it's a good idea to have a bit of a read through this to get a bit familiar with how things work. I will just mention that as it's a browser-based application, it means that whatever you can do with your web browser, you can do within LaBB-CAT. So if you like to work with multiple tabs, you can open up different tabs by clicking with the Control key pressed on your keyboard. If there's a page that you find you're always accessing, you can set up bookmarks and so forth. Now in one of the next videos we're going to upload some data into LaBB-CAT. What we're going to do now is just prepare a bit of a structure in our empty database ready to receive that data. Now the data that we're going to upload includes actually two small corpora. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up some corpora in our LaBB-CAT database. The way that you do that is by, on the menu at the top, going to the corpora link and clicking on it. Now I'm just hovering my mouse over here and you will see that there's a little tooltip or a little hint that's come up that gives you information about that link. You'll see that just about any link in LaBB-CAT and just about any button or any control, if you hover your mouse over it, it gives you a bit of a clue about what that option does. So that's a good thing to know if you're not quite sure what something does. Anyway, we're going to click on the corpora link there, and this is taking us to the corpora page. Now this is a list of corpora that are set up in LaBB-CAT. There's only one corpus in the list, and it's called corpus. Now there's one other thing that I'll point out while we're here. On many LaBB-CAT pages, there is online help available, context-sensitive help. And the way that you get access to that help is by going over to the top right of the menu, and there's a blue question mark there. If you click on that, then the help page for the particular page you're on opens up and gives a bit more detailed explanation about that particular page. So that's very handy if you're not sure what to do next, if you're not sure what the options on a page do, just try the online help and hopefully that will clear up any doubts that you have. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to add a couple of corpora ready for our data. One of the corpora is called QB. So what I'm going to do is on this form here that's at the bottom that's got blank fields in it, we're going to fill in those fields. The name is QB and we're just going to describe it as the Quake Box Recordings. And then we're going to click the new button and that corpus will be added to the list. We've got another corpus that we're going to upload called UC and I'm going to describe that as Campus Recordings and we're going to add that there. So now we've got 3 corpora. Now we're actually only going to upload 2 corpora. We don't actually want the corpus that's called corpus, and so we're going to delete it. The way that we do that is we click the delete button that's next to that option. Yes, we are sure, so we click OK. And then we click the Save Changes button and the corpus disappears. So now we have 2 corpora ready to receive our data. Now the data that we're going to upload, there are 2 types of transcripts we've got. We've got monologues and we've got interviews where an interviewer asks the interviewee various questions. So what we're going to do is we want to categorize those 2 different types of transcript. So what we're going to do is go to the transcript types option on the menu. We're going to click on that. And here we have a list of transcript types of which there is currently only one, which is called interview. So what we're going to do is add to this list another option called monologue. Set the correction there. And then click the new button. And there we go. We've got 2 transcript types and 2 corpora. Now the data that we're going to upload includes various participants and they have various bits of information that we've got recorded about each of those participants. What we need to do is set up a structure to receive that participant metadata. And so what we're going to do is at the top on the menu, we're going to go to the participant attributes option. Click on that. And you can see here a list of predefined participant attributes. You can see we've got gender, year of birth, and notes. These are pre-installed when you first set up the data. But we need some different ones for our data. For our participants, we actually don't have the year of birth. We have their age grouped by certain age categories. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll to the bottom to this blank form, and we're going to add a new attribute called age underscore category. Now we're going to label that age. We might just add a description in there. Age category. Okay. Now the age category attribute is actually, the value of it is something that you would select from a list of possibilities. And so we're going to change the type of this attribute to select, because we select between some different options. We also want to make it a searchable attribute, so we're going to select that option. And finally, the order of the attributes when they're displayed is determined by this order field. Now you'll notice that for some of the other ones, there's order 2, year of birth is order 3, notes is order 100. What we want is for our age category attribute to appear after the year of birth. So we're going to set the order to 4, which is after 3. We're going to click new to add this attribute. And here you can see our new age category attribute. Now there's a button here that says options, and this lets us set up the options that we have to select from. So we're going to click on that, and here is an empty list of options that we are now going to fill in. Now the first option that we're going to add is 18 to 25. We're going to add a description for that. 18 25 years. And then we're going to click New, and that will add it to our list. The next option is going to be 26 to 35, 26 to 35 years. We're going to add that to the list. Okay, and we're going to add one last option, 85 plus. 85 years or more. We're going to add that to our list. And those are all our options. Now, before we finish, we're actually just going to add one more option. It's the option for participants where the age category isn't actually defined. The value of that will be blank, and we'll put a description in there so that we know what it's for. Not specified. And we'll add that to our list as well. And there you go, we've got all of our options for age category defined. Now, there are a few other participant attributes that we would like to define. So what we'll do is we'll go back up to the menu, go to Participant Attributes, and click there and again, and we'll go back to the list that we saw before. Now we're going to fill in some more options at the bottom. So the next option that we're going to fill in is Ethnicity. We want this to be after age category. And we want it to be searchable. Now this one, we're not going to select from a set of predefined options. We're just going to let it be free text. So we're going to leave the type set to string. I'm going to add that by clicking New. And then we're going to add another searchable attribute called Languages Spoken. We'll add that after ethnicity. We're going to make that searchable as well. Click New. And then we're going to add a few more attributes that are not actually searchable. We're going to have an attribute that tells us what country they grew up in and what region they grew up in and what town or city they grew up in. And there we go. We've got all of the participant attributes that we want for now. And that's it for now. So what we've done is we've installed LaBB-CAT. We have added two corpora, UC and QB. We've set up so that we've got two transcript types, monologue and interview. And we've added some participant attributes. So now our database is still empty, but it is ready for the data that we're going to upload in the next video. Thank you very much.